Hello and welcome to another mod showcase. Today we are looking at the Infinite Abyss mod. This is a mod for Forge 1.20.1. This mod adds 6 new dimensions to the game. Each one is meant to serve as a layer underneath the earth. There are 7 total layers, and we're going to go over them layer by layer in this video, along with the other stuff that this mod adds, such as bosses, ores, gear, and much more. With that said, let's get on with the showcase. To get to each layer, you need to make a portal and a key to activate it. Each portal is just shaped like a regular nether portal. The first layer portal is made out of amethyst blocks. To activate it, you need an amethyst key, which is crafted with 2 diamonds and 2 amethyst. Then just right click on the portal and it will activate. So the first layer is the cavern. It is meant to be a giant cave. There are large dripstone pillars everywhere and stalactites hanging from the ceiling. All of the layers have some form of stalactite. There are massive spikes of glowing pink crystal that hang from the ceiling, and there are patches of glowing green crystal everywhere. The top layer is all made of deep slate, but if you dig one down, you find the rest of it is made of deep stone, a new block in this mod. You can find geodes throughout this level that have green deep stone inside of them. On the ground you can find green, gold, dark purple, and orange crystals. You can also find various glowing crystals that we'll talk about later. You're going to hear me say we'll talk about this later a lot in this review, so just be prepared. There are small patches of slimy deep stone which act like slime blocks when you walk on them. You'll see all the regular mobs and ores that spawn on this layer. This layer does not have any special mobs or ores, but there will be on later levels. That is about all there is to say for this level, so let's move on to level 2. To make the portal to the second layer, you must make it out of deep stone blocks from the first layer. To activate the second layer portal, you must make a pink crystal key, crafted with 4 pink crystal blocks and 3 pink glowing crystals. Level 2 is described as a less hot version of the nether. The ground is made up of red deep stone, which can be turned into red cobbled deep stone, and there are now patches of red glowing crystal everywhere. You can find various fossils scattered throughout the layer. The bottom is made up of magma blocks instead of lava like in the nether. You can find opal ore on this level. This ore must be mined with a diamond pickaxe, and we can combine this with an ore on a later level to make a pretty strong set of armor. Piglins can spawn on this layer, as well as a new mob called the Deep Rock Golem. When killed, it has a chance to drop the Deep Rock Golem's Spirit Stone or the Rough Red Crystal, 2 items that we will talk about later. And lastly, you can find the Fire Vortex mob spawning on the magma blocks. When killed, it will drop blaze powder and sometimes opal. That's all for this layer, so let's move on. The third layer is the nether. You already know what the nether is, so we're going to skip this one. To make the fourth layer portal, you must make it out of red deep stone blocks on the second layer. To activate it, you must use a red crystal key, which is crafted with 2 glowing red crystal blocks, 3 glowing red glowing crystals, and 2 deep rock golem spirit stones. Layer 4 is the mushroom layer. The ground is made up all of mycelium, and there are big and small mushrooms everywhere. There are massive bodies of green water, and there are various glowing mushroom types. This layer is where you can find the cursed opal ore. You can combine this with regular opal to make cursed opal armor and tools. And this gear is better than netherite. There's also deep silver ore. When mined, it will drop the ore, and this ore must be smelted in a blast furnace and not in a regular furnace. It smelts into deep silver plates, which is used for a lot of recipes in the mod. For mobs, you can find mushroom variants of the creeper and the spider. And you can find the puffball mob, which when killed will drop the puffball heart. There's a structure you can find that will have a golden crate inside of it. You need a netherite pickaxe to mine it, and it can drop various loot, but as well as a drill part, which is used for an OP item later. That's all for this layer, so let's move on to the next. To make a portal to the 5th layer, you must make it out of deep stone from the 4th layer. To activate it, you must use an opal key, which is crafted with 3 opal, 2 cursed opal, and 2 deep silver plates. So the 5th level is the water level. It is made up of all prismarine, and below is deep prismarine. There are glowberries hanging from the ceiling and patches of green crystals. You can find prismarine mushrooms on the ground. There are large bodies of water scattered throughout. It's on this layer that you're so deep under the ground that normal mobs can't spawn anymore. So to survive down here, you need to make depth resistance potions. To make depth resistance potions, you must use an opal and a fire resistance potion, and they must be 3-minute fire resistance potions. When done, it will give you 16 minutes of potion, and you can't extend or increase the level. For mobs, you can find the eyeball frog mob. When killed, it will drop 1 to 2 of its meat and a slime ball. They have a chance to spawn in a giant variant that will drop 2 to 4 meat when killed. There's also the guardian night mob. This mob will have a chance to drop guardian armor. This armor is a bit better than cursed opal, but it does not have a helmet or any kind of tools. There's a fish-like mob called the chomper. This has the same drops as a guardian does, and you can find guardians swimming around in the water. For ores, you can find the violet diamond ore. This is one of the most powerful ores in the mod. It must be mined with a netherite pick. You can craft a sword and a pickaxe with it. It can also be used to make the shield breaker. This time you need to fight the giant puffball mini-boss on the 4th layer. You must hit it with the shield breaker first, then you can hit it normally. You use it to make the drill component, which will be important in a second. You can also find the viscerite ore. This ore must be mined with a violet diamond pick. Combine it with the drill component and drill bits and some iron, and you can make a drill. If you craft a fuel barrel, which is made with 8 blocks of coal in a barrel, then use it, 3 viscerite, 3 violet diamonds, a cut red crystal, and the drill to make the violet diamond drill. This is the best pickaxe in the mod. It has the same speed as the violet diamond pick, but it has a higher harvest level and way more durability. You can find a small house structure which has an iron loot chest in it that you must mine with a netherite pickaxe, and will drop various loot. And that's it for this layer. Let's move on to the next one. To make a portal to the 6th layer, you must use Deep Prismarine from the 5th layer. To activate it, you must use the Frozen Key, which can't be crafted but has a 5% chance to drop from Guardian Knights on the 5th layer. And layer 6 is the Ice layer. This whole layer is made of packed ice with blue ice underneath, and you can find patches of light blue crystal everywhere. There is no water or anything on this level. And because of how cold this layer is, you not only just need depth resistance, but you also need cold resistance. To make cold resistance, you need to put a fire crystal block with an awkward potion. And like depth resistance, it will give you 16 minutes. You can also put a piece of leather armor on, and that will also shield you from the cold. Note that you only need 1 piece of leather armor for it to work. You can find the Ice Cube mob on this layer, which is a very evil ice block. You can also find the Ice Creeper, which acts mostly the same as a normal creeper. There's the Vortex mob, and there's the Lightning Ghost. You can find Astrium ore, which you can combine with Viscerite ore to make Astrium armor, which is the strongest armor in the game. And there is no Astrium tools. And Astrium ore must be mined with a violet diamond drill. The strongest layout of tools and armor in this mod would be Astrium armor, violet diamond sword, and violet diamond drill, cursed opal axe, and a cursed opal shovel. To make a portal to the 7th layer, you must make it out of blue ice. To activate the portal, you must use the Shadow Key, which drops from the Wind Spirit mob on the 5th layer. So the 7th and final layer is the Shadow layer. The ground is made up of slimy deep stone. There is glowing mushrooms and strange eye pillars hanging from the ceiling. You no longer need cold resistance, but you still need depth resistance. There are wither skeletons that spawn on this layer. You can also find the Shadow Eye mob on this layer. It has a chance to drop an Ancient Shadow Gem or Prismetal Helmet. This helmet will make you take less damage from vortexes. You can find Charium ore that can be mined with a diamond pick. There isn't much on this layer, so we'll move on to the bosses of the mod. The first boss is the Chira. You summon this boss with the Summoning Bow, which is found in sapphire crates on certain structures of the 5th layer. You need a violet diamond pickaxe to mine these. It can only be summoned in the nether. It has 600 health and uses mainly melee attack. When killed, it can drop diamonds or nautilus shells. It can also drop rough/cut red crystals, but its main drop is the tentacle. The next boss, which is the Crystal Construct. To summon this, you must make a rainbow crystal made from all crystal blocks. Combine 4 of them with 2 violet diamonds, 2 deep rock spirit stones, and 1 enchanted puffball heart. It must be summoned on layer 1 and has 600 health. When killed, it can drop any ore or crystal, but it also drops the light blue crystal and dead heart. You use the dead heart to make the recipe for the frozen wither boss. To make it, use the dead heart, heart of restoration, flawless charium, 2 deep silver plates, 2 soul sand, and 2 blue glowing crystal. It must be summoned on layer 6 and has 800 health. When it's killed, it will drop either a netherite block or a notch apple. And it also can drop any cut crystal. For the final section, we're going to talk about the enhancement table and go more in depth in the crystals. The 3 types of crystals are the red crystal, light blue crystal, and charium. We talked about how to get these earlier, but you can upgrade these crystals to do stuff in the enhancement table. 9 rough crystals will get you a cut crystal, 9 cut crystal will get you a flawless crystal, 9 flawless crystals will get you a perfect crystal. However, there is no perfect light blue crystal. You can use these in the enhancement table to put OP enchants on your items. These enhancements only work on vanilla gear and gear from this mod. Put your item in the top slot, your crystal in the bottom, and your output will be on the right. Put a sharp 5 sword with 2 flawless red crystals and it will upgrade it to sharpness 6. 1 flawless light blue crystal will upgrade your armor to blast protection 5. 1 flawless charium on a bow will upgrade it to power 6, or if used on anything else will put it on breaking 4. 1 perfect charium on a bow will upgrade it to power 7, or will put on breaking 5 on anything else. And if you use this on a book, it will put mending on it. And if you use a perfect red crystal with a pickaxe, it will put efficiency 7 and will put fortune 3 if you don't already have it or don't have silk touch. Also add the crystal affinity 1 enchantment. This enchantment makes you get more crystals when mining. This upgrade can be stacked 3 times, the second time giving you Efficiency 9 and Crystal Efficiency 2, the third time giving Crystal Affinity 3 and Fortune 11 and Fortune 4 if you already had Fortune 3. And that's the review. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys when I upload next. Goodbye.